Well, I got busy yesterday and I skipped somebody's birthday. If your birthday was yesterday, April 15th, I apologize to you. I'm going to start out my day expeditiously reading birthdays. We're going to have to do more than one birthday in a day because TikTok is going away. But if for some reason you don't get to hear your birthday from me on TikTok, you can find me on YouTube at Christina Talks Tea. The birthday videos will be there too. Okay, let's get on to the book, shall we? April 15th, the day of human definition. I'm liking that. You must be really close to the human condition, baby. Let's see, let's find out, shall we? Realistic to the extreme, April 15th people are definers of life as they see it. It is the human condition which interests them and which they must measure, describe, and delineate in everything that they do. How about that? I knew you was all about the human condition, baby. On the everyday level, April 15th people are busy structuring and giving shape to the needs of their family and friends. Those born on this day are involved with what others are eating, what others are wearing, thinking, and doing. Often they become over-involved, and this is where the trouble starts. Do not get over-involved in other people's lives, honey. Learn your distance. Those close to April 15th people can come to resent this close observation, and they begin to hanker for both privacy and independence. See there, baby? Don't get too involved. You'll push people away. April 15th people go one step further and begin to impose their moral judgments as well. They will certainly face resistance. However, for more dependent personalities that need the guidance of a strong hand, the April 15th people will fill a necessary role. The inspirational qualities of the April 15th people can indeed be great. Thus, those who are touched by their brilliance may come to worship them, become passive in their presence and receptive to their wishes. Unfortunately, the less highly evolved April 15th person may have little or no interest in the welfare of others. Therefore, in instituting personal moral beliefs, he or she may act the role of the petty dictator. We are finding out in April that a lot of you have the propensity to be a dictator. Make sure y'all ring that in, honey. It is a challenge to the April 15th people to define clearly their relationship with those around them and to be able to back off, both leaving others free to choose for themselves in situations to go as they will. For example, sometimes an enterprise or an endeavor which has not been going well is better off left to dissolve. If the April 15th person tries to hold it together out of some ideological stubbornness, well, he or she may be doing everyone a great disservice. Openness and acceptance are important lessons for the April 15th person to learn. You hear that, baby? Openness and acceptance are important lessons for you to learn. Those born on this day are remarkably adept at planning and founding new structures, organizations, or institutions. Generally, it is best, however, that they relinquish command of them and thus be free to move on to a new pursuit. Alas, their talents for maintenance may tie them to their creations, resulting in a repetitious existence in which they are unable to grow. April 15th people should be aware of upending their environment too literally. Their bent is so practical, efficient, and down to earth that they may actually fail to fathom the direct expressions of the human heart. Pull yourself out of the deep end, honey. Some things are surface level, and that is okay. April 15th people sometimes neglect the youthful fancy in themselves by demanding an adult approach to all things. In their definition of what is human, they should consider the embryonic, childlike, and irrational aspects of the humankind, as well as the more mature ones. Also, it is important for them to remember the value of humor, the value of playing a fool once in a while, and not taking yourself so seriously. That's right, baby. Sometimes it's okay to laugh and act silly and fall down and giggle. Embrace that part of you. It is part of being a human, too. Those born on the 15th day of the month are ruled by the number 6 and by the planet Venus. Those ruled by the number 6 tend to be charismatic and sometimes even inspire worship. The theme of sexual magnetism may figure heavily in the lives of those born on this day because of the combined influence of Venus and Mars. Sometimes April 15th people provoke the very irrational tendencies in others that they have repressed in themselves. Since Venus indicates a desire for harmony, April 15th people may be confused when things don't fall into place just as planned. Part of the challenge here involves bringing Venus from the number 6 and Mars from Aries into balance so that the masculine and the feminine, the active and the lazy, can both be accepted and expressed in an easy manner. What I'm getting so far about this is you really need to hone in on the balance in life. The 15th card of the Major Arcana is the Devil. It indicates fear and desire dynamic, working where sexual attraction, irrationality, and passion are concerned. The devil holds us slave through our need for security and money. That's right, he does. The devil makes us a slave to money, baby, and security. He represents our base nature for grasping for security. He controls us through this irreconcilable differences which exist in our male-female selves. The positive side of this card is sexual attraction and expression of passionate desires. But the card reminds us that although we are bound to our bodies, our spirit is forever free to soar. Now let's talk about your health, honey. Often because of intense matters at hand, the April 15th people neglect their body's condition. This may come as a surprise to others who know April 15th people to be knowledgeable about health and concerned with keeping their life running smoothly. For all the things that you do in your life, you neglect your health. And baby, that's not right. It may also be the case that April 15th people know much more about health than they do disease. It sounds strange, but those born on this day should perhaps at times give in to the minor illness, the periodic need of their body to readjust or even break down without becoming frantic and immediately get well. Sometimes you just got to be sick for a few days, baby, and that is okay. April 15th people should be aware of fanatic approaches to fitness. Stop all them crazy fad diets, baby. They don't work and they're not for you. Since their appetites are usually good, they do well to eat a healthy, varied diet. Eat it all, honey. It will make you happy. Try everything. Now, here's a bit of advice. Learn to be more open and accepting. Watch children and learn from them. Irrationality is not always to be feared. Express yourself without fear of rejection or fear of looking foolish. Have fun, hon. That's right. Have you some fun. Now here's a meditation for you to repeat daily. Get out of the way and back up. I got tongue twisted. Get out of the way and getting out of the... Lord help us, Jesus. It is too early in the morning. I'm sorry, baby. Here we go. Let me get this out. Getting out of the way and letting things happen is sometimes the very best thing we can do. Now let's repeat that again. Getting out of the way and letting things happen is sometimes the best thing we can do. Get out of your own way, baby. Sometimes shit's just got to happen. Sometimes it's just gotta play out, honey. It just has to. I have to remind myself of that daily.